Grandma?
Men are imbeciles, women are erratic. Is this any good?
Well, not really. The guy generalizes too much, and I think all people who generalize are idiots.
Well, I'll have to cross that off my list of things to do.
Sounded like a generalization, Tex. Practice what you preach, buddy.
So, to what do I owe this pleasant, yet entirely unprecedented visit?
Oh, you know how we women are. I've just been thinking things over again.
Great. If you do it enough, it should balance out all the times that Tex doesn't.
Oh, it's not a gender issue. I've been known to think things over on occasion.
Yeah, well, I finally reached a firm decision. I think. Something you said the other day has stuck in my head. You know, you told me that if I left, that you'd still be here when I got back. Did you mean that?
Yes.
Listen, Chelsea. I've been like a rabbit in heat whenever I was near you for a long time now. But if there's one thing I've learned from you, it's patience. I can wait for you to come around.
It's nice to hear. I've decided I need a break. Time to decide what I want to do with the rest of my life. There's just one thing I need to ask you before I go. Tell me what you think about love. You know, romantic love.
Well, I have a real soft spot for While You Were Sleeping. Oh, and It Could Happen to You. Love that movie. Nick Cage's best movie, in my opinion.
Falling in love is like bungee jumping. Except the other person gets to hook up the bungee cord and you can't check to see if it's fastened to anything.
Sounds like you're not too interested in trying it again.
What, bungee jumping?
Very funny. You know what I mean.
Definitely not A, B, C, 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 B, C.
Well, no, it's not that. It's just I've got to be more careful this time. Same thing if I ever do the bungee thing again. Next time I won't eat a whole plate of nachos right before I jump.
Oh, I feel the same way. Oh, about being careful and not rushing into anything. Although, I must admit, of late, I've had some pretty strong impulses about you.
Tell me about these impulses.
Oh, doctor, I've had this urge to do something like... Wait, can't do this. It just could be too dangerous.
But I like danger. I like acrobatic danger right here on...
Look, Tex, I am really attracted to you. I mean, like, really. In fact, lately I've even been imagining what it would be like to, you know. And, well, that's why I need to take this trip to Phoenix to make sure I'm thinking with my head. Oh, I can't guarantee anything. But when I come back, don't be surprised if I come looking for you, Mr. Murphy. And you better be ready.
Man, I can't decide if Chelsea's really interested or if she just likes torturing me. Either way, I think I'll take a nice cool shower and get back to work. Maybe looking at the note Emily gave me last night will help keep my one-track mind off Chelsea.
Does she like you, or does she just like torturing you? Let's see. Both? Both. Both is good. Go ahead. Note scraps. Boom, 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 boom. All right, puzzle time, puzzle time, puzzle time. Huzzah!
Yeah. Emily Stalker was careful not to leave anything traceable on this note. The only distinctive thing about it is the black arrow symbol.
Now what? For those of you just joining us, we have just decoded a threatening note. Possibly delivered by a killer of some sort. Boom, dum, 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 ba-dum. Okay. Yeah. We are out of here. Oh boy. Here we go. Whoa. Yeah. Oh, my head. Ow. Oh. Just ran into a building. We have not been to see Rook yet. What is wrong with us?
Rook's Pawn Shop. That's a clever name.
It took me years to understand the chess joke here. Yeah.
That door.
Charge.
Rook's been running his pawn shop since sometime before the Eisenhower administration. He's a crusty, mean-spirited little troll who's rumored to have a heart of gold. Yeah, sure. He lets me buy things on credit occasionally, but then he nags me ruthlessly until I pay up. We get along all right, as long as I keep my bills settled.
Up already, Murphy? And it isn't even lunchtime yet. Or am I still asleep, having a horrible nightmare?
Well, I guess I'm not completely certain. I mean, are you do you believe in solipsism, that you can't be sure of the existence of anything outside yourself? I think that's what that is. Anyway.
Say, Rook, is it just my imagination or have you been working out? 'Cause you look great, you little son of a gun.
Oh, Lord. This is a nightmare.
Not quite. I'm not wearing that tutu made of human flesh.
Here you go, Shorty. I told you I'd pay you back as soon as I got a case, didn't I?
Well, let's pop the champagne and have a parade. Murphy paid me back.
Yes, we did. Pop the champagne.
I'd love to drink some bubbly with you, Rook, but I'm pretty busy with the case. That's another reason why I stopped by.
Ordinarily, Murphy, I'd tell you what to do with your irritating questions. But after all, you did pay me back. I suppose I can spare you a few moments.
Yeah. Come on, just a few. I won't get too annoying, I promise.
Never heard the name in my life. Of course I've heard about it. I just doubt I know any more about it than you.
I doubt you've heard about it because I just solved that puzzle and found out that it existed.
I've heard that a stranger's been seen lurking around the neighborhood lately. I figured it was just you getting your jollies. How should I know who that is? Well, if it wasn't for me, he'd still be camping out in the dumpster. I told him I was going to charge him rent, and he moved up to Coit Tower. Well, I don't know where he got the money to open his chocolate stand. He probably stole it.
You just don't know, Rook. You just don't know. Have you heard about this Gus Leach fellow?
Never heard the name in my life.
Ah, all right. Do you know anything about Southern Mexican languages?
As a matter of fact, I just received a large number of reference books from an estate.
Oh.
If I'm not mistaken, one of the books was titled Yucatec Made Easy. You can buy it if you'd like, $30.
Imagine if life was an adventure game. The exact thing you need is just at your local pawn shop. Just swing on by and pick it up.
Well, I hope my new purchase will help me out.
Now to continue the questioning. What are your thoughts on Crazy Gary?
That imbecile. He's been trying to make problems for Louis. He doesn't eat meat and thinks anyone who does is a barbarian. Moron.
You know why I can't dislike you too much, Rook? At least we're on the same boat where Louis is concerned. What a great guy.
I've only seen the name on the marquee outside the Fuchsia Flamingo. No. Next question. How should I know who that is? I've seen this man before. He came into my pawn shop several weeks ago and pawned an item. If you want to find out what he pawned, I suggest you find him and ask him. The man in your photo told me his name was Tyson Matthews.
He's been doing that, apparently.
Nilo's run the Ritz for years. He's a pig. But at least he pays cash when he buys something from me.
How much would he have to pay for some dignity?
You know enough about me.
It's true. It's true, I do.
Louis a good man. He seems to like you quite a bit. I can't figure out for the life of me why. Oh, Chelsea. If I were a younger man, you wouldn't have a chance with her.
I'm sure that's true, Rook.
Now, I'll admit you have some skills as a PI. It's your social skills that need desperate help.
Doug Vandergriff, ladies and gentlemen. Doug Vandergriff as Rook Garner.
If Louis was right, this book should help me figure out what the letter says.
Let's take it back to the office. Come on, find the door. Oh, we went downstairs again. Further. Okay. Just open it. All right. Here we go. That book provided some good Yucatec support. March 3rd, 2043. Dear Thomas, I apologize for the delay in responding to your letter. It had to be forwarded several times and finally caught up with me here in Chiapas, Mexico. Doing field work can make me difficult to track down. It was good to hear from you and see that your Yucatec is still exceptional. I was also happy to hear that I was able to help out with your deciphering work. The similarities between some of the symbols you sent me and those in the new Mayan codices I've discovered are quite stunning. You may be interested to hear about some of my recent work. As I've related, there are many local legends in this area that seem to confirm some of your theories. I admit I've been skeptical, but recent discoveries have made me rethink my position. Several weeks ago, I met an ancient local man who gave me a set of drawings of ancient Mayan hieroglyphs, which I will reproduce below. Awa Ekumku Black Sun Sky 4 Gods Divine Bird Mountain. 4 Aha 8 Kumkus is, of course, the date at which the Mayan calendar begins, corresponding with 3113 BC on the Gregorian calendar. Experts have always believed that this date was arbitrary and that the Mayan culture didn't even exist until the 1st century AD. As to the remainder of the translation, Black Sun may refer to a solar eclipse. The other symbols can be translated conservatively or radically, depending upon your disposition. Either way, I'm trying to convince the old man who gave me the symbols to take me where he found them. He believes that this place is holy ground and tells me that no man has entered there for centuries. He refers to the location as the birthplace. Of course, I'm intrigued. Hopefully, my next communication will have more details. By the way, you said you had a package to send to me. Since I'll be doing fieldwork off and on, why don't you send it care of me at the Sacpacal Hotel in Chiapas? Best regards, Oliver Edson. All right. Cool. Don't run into the post. Oh. Not gonna talk to you anymore. Up the stairs we go. Let's make sure I didn't miss anything in here the last time I came by. Ugh. I thought I might have missed a drawer last time. Abbreviation for mountain. 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 Okay. Oh, I didn't know it did that. Huh. That's where the book was, right? Yeah. Everything? Yeah. Oh! I didn't open that last time, did I? Ha! What's this?
This looks like a pawn ticket of some kind.
Aha! Ah, right. He came into my pawn shop and pawned an item. If you want to know what he pawned, I suggest you find him and ask him. Well, I'm trying to find him, but here's the next best thing.
Looks like Rook did some business with Mr. Malloy. I wonder if Rook could let me redeem this receipt. Who am I kidding? He'll do anything if the price is right.
Heck, he'll spay and neuter your pets for free. He just enjoys the process. Ugh, the long arm of the law opened that door. Yep, yeah. What is it that makes this so hard to control on modern machines?
Back again, Murphy. If you're here to ask for another loan, you can forget it.
I need to redeem this receipt.
You didn't pawn this.
Well, how much is it? Look, I'm willing to pay extra.
$200. Yep, plus $50 for it not being your receipt.
Oof.
Well, I hope my new purchase will help me out.
It's a thing.
So this is the item Malloy pawned. I'm no expert, but this thing looks pretty ancient. Wonder where it came from.
And why Rook bought it in the first place. Hey Rook, why don't you buy this thing? Yuck tech. Oh, you know, we haven't been to the police station yet. Oh, yeah. The cabin in the woods. Police station first. Let's do that.
I've known Lieutenant Mac Malden for years, and occasionally we help each other out. Like a few months ago, when I gave Mac a tip on finding Rusty the Clown's body in the funhouse down the street from the Ritz.
Well, as I live and breathe, it isn't Tex Murphy, my little PI pal.
Well, as I choke and sputter, if it isn't Mac Malden, my bloated reference to actor Carl Malden.
Hello, Mac. I see your midlife crisis is coming along nicely.
Yeah, I know. Got a new look to go with my new attitude. This ponytail drives women wild. You wouldn't believe what someone will do to get out of paying a parking ticket.
San Francisco's finest. Speaking of which, I understand they gave you Cop of the Month.
Cop of the month. Whoop-de-doo. I got a monogrammed nightstick and an all-you-can-eat dinner at Jolly John's House of Grub. Though I do suppose I owe you one for helping me find Rusty's remains at the funhouse. So what do you want?
Just low friendly conversation, Mac. Oh yeah, right. I forgot who I was talking to.
Take a look at this note.
Thump.
Damn. Did you get this?
I got it from a client. What can you tell me about it?
You ever hear about the Black Arrow Killer?
It's vaguely familiar, but refresh my memory.
Oh no, you're on your own in this one. You take care of yourself. That's dangerous territory.
Well then, down the list of questions, I guess.
Most of what I know came from the papers. I know there's a rumor around that the Black Arrow Killer has moved out here.
Let's hope not, huh?
I don't know any more than what I've told you. Don't know anything about him. There are a lot of perverts running around these days. We can't keep tabs on all of them. You think I know everyone in this town? Don't know anything about him. You think I know everyone in this town? Don't know anything about him. You think I know everyone in this town? I'm doing just fine. Now that Joanne's left me, it's like a whole new, beautiful world.
Joanne left you? Who's Joanne? I guess we didn't take that conversation path, did we?
Sorry. Well, there are some things I don't know about. Don't know anything about him. You think I know everyone in this town? Don't know anything about him. I met him when we were investigating the pawn shop robberies. Seemed like a decent guy.
Yeah, decent, just hard to be around.
Louis makes the best chili in town. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit in with my new low-fat, high-fiber diet. You think I know everyone in this town? You're not my type, if that's what you're asking.
I wasn't. Well, nah. Nope, I think that's it. All right. Let's go check out Monsieur Kevin.
David Wright's cabin is out in the middle of nowhere. The place appears to be totally abandoned. The door's unlocked, but as soon as I step inside, I sense something wrong. Like I'm just about to open a carton of milk that's been sitting out in the sun too long.
Uh-oh. Music's changed. Nice and spooky.
These casings are from government issue shells.
How do you know that?
These pieces of paper are wrinkled, as if they were wet at some time. Those big red spots look like blood splatters.
It's actually a blood spatter text.
Interesting. I bet this'll run on my computer back at the office. Whoever came through here to straighten up missed the lamp. Nice wad of paper.
Another witness to the bizarre events of July 1947 may have been New Mexico Lieutenant Governor Joseph Montoya. According to sources close to Montoya, he visited the military base shortly after the UFO crash, and when speaking to friends soon after, appeared very pale, almost white, shaking, and very, very scared. After consuming half a quart of whiskey, Montoya told friends that he had seen 4 little men and described their size: short, skinny-like, facial features, big eyes, the mouth was real small, like a cut across a piece of wood, and went on to say that one was alive. While these excerpts of conversation are subjective and impossible to authenticate, they are one of thousands to indicate the fact that there was indeed a UFO crash, followed by a massive government cover-up. Contributed by A.E. Puzzle of the month! Fill in the grid so there are 4 blue squares, 3 red, 3 white, 3 green, and 3 yellow. No horizontal, vertical, or diagonal row can have more than 1 square with the same color. Good luck! Uh-huh.
This tree probably died years ago. Makes quite a conversation piece, though. Nice fan. These books look like they've been tossed around, like somebody was rifling through them.
Indeed.
Books in the case have really been shoved around. Someone must have been here regularly because no one would have live plants if they weren't going to take care of them. These plants are so dried up, they must have been dead for a while.
There's probably some jerk out there who just wants to see them die.
This window looks like it's been broken for a while. I'd guess the cabin's been unoccupied ever since, or someone would have covered the hole.
Indeed.
And this door's jammed shut. Nice rock work on the fireplace. Nice supply of firewood. This must be Mr. Wright, the owner of the cabin.
Uh-huh. Wonder who that's actually a picture of.
It's an interesting picture. Some sort of ancient temple.
Perhaps a hidden temple where one might find legends.
Couch looks like a family heirloom.
If you like plaid, good for you.
The rag's got brown stains all over it. No, that's blood.
This place is getting scary. Yeah. Oh.
like a strange place to hang a painting.
Oh!
A security keypad. I guess whatever's behind the door must be important. This door's locked, and I don't see a place for a key. Must be hooked up to some type of keyless entry system.
Why am I always doing these things in reverse order? Well. To the computer room.
Interesting.
Ah. Oh. How about now? Woo! Right. 2431. From top to bottom, 2431. The Maya stand alone among early Mesoamerican cultures as evidenced in the Dresden Codex. Combining the Dresden Files and the Codex Alera series by Jim Butcher. Kidding, it doesn't say that. A book of pictures with explanatory hieroglyphs. Portions of the Codex date back thousands of years, and some of the contents, such as the tables predicting eclipses and tables of the cycles of the planet Venus, are highly scholarly and would have been meaningful only to trained astronomical experts. Their knowledge is even more amazing in light of the fact that all observations of Venus had to be done with the naked eye. The Maya knew with great accuracy the exact solar year. Maya year was more accurate than our present Gregorian calendar. Outsiders. Michael D. Coe found that the Mayan culture was intrusive. It appeared on the scene as a band of outsiders with a vastly superior civilization. Where did the outsiders come from? There is nothing we know that relates this culture to any other in the world. None of the artifacts found to date show evidence of Eastern Hemisphere. There has been much speculation about the origin of the Maya. One linguistic researcher has pointed out an interesting fact concerning the story of the Tower of Babel in the Old Testament. While the Old Testament was supposedly written well before the Maya flourished, the Mayan word Babel, or Babel, means confusion. Moreover, the Mayan expression meaning to speak in confusion is babble. Ah! That's where we get the word babbling. Cool. I'm learning things. The Mayan word babble, or to talk and speak in confusion, is where we get babbling from. Nice. What would the inclusion of Mayan words in the languages of Asia and Europe indicate? It is possible to conclude that within the Mayan context there existed, in effect, a primitive language from which other world languages are derived. Mayan Times, January 2023. There is every indication that the early Maya were tremendously religious people. Their energy in worship and in providing the trappings for worship was unflagging. More than this, religious participation seems to have been a keystone that bound social classes into a cooperative functioning system. The Maya's principal deity was undoubtedly Itama, something like that. The sky god. They believed that he was sent to Earth by Harub-Ku, the one god. Harub? According to most accounts, Itzamna came from the eastern sky. He was known as the great astrologist, lawgiver, and high priest. Mayans also believed that there were 4 gods who controlled the world from the 4 compass points. Mayan ceremonies were directed towards appeasing many different gods. Hun Ahau, the god of death, Ixchel, the goddess of the moon, Kulkukan, the deity of the polar sky, Kinich Ahau, the sun god. Mayans also greatly feared solar eclipses, often committing suicide rather than face the wrath of Zalab. I'm sorry, it's hard to read. Well, right. Oh, well, wait, don't go back out again.
Whoa, now there's an antique. A real 16mm projector.
Very cool. Very cool indeed.
Looks like a post-war map of Scotland.
No.
Books in the case have really been shoved around.
Naturally.
Movie screen? Sheesh, I haven't seen one of these since I was a kid.
Very cool.
Nothing in here. Still more paper scattered around. Doesn't appear to be too important. Nothing interesting in the cup.
Yeah. Ah. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Hey. All right. Time to get this deadite inspection moving along. Whew.
Some of these floorboards appear to be loose.
Cheryl, are you down there?
Oh, Lord. Someone put some good holes in this guy. There's not much left of him, but I don't think this is Malloy, judging by the hair. Looks more like the guy in the photo downstairs. David Wright. The question is, who's responsible for this? And did they get Malloy, too?
Let's put that back where we found it, eh? Ugh. Ugh. Ooh.
It's a reel of 16mm film. This reel looks at least 100 years old.
A autopsy.
Whoa, now there's an... What is this? It's got to be some sort of practical joke. Wait a second. Whatever that thing is, it just moved.
Fascinating, Captain.
I think I remember some sort of alien autopsy film from years ago, but that alien was dead. This thing looks alive. Just barely. Seems to be in a lot of pain. Wonder what happened to him.
Spaceship crash. You guys even have a clue what you're doing? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. He doesn't look like he's gonna make it.
Oh, it's so good. It really gets to me.
I wonder if Malloy's disappearance is connected in some way to the contents of this film clip. Military personnel, a live alien? If it wasn't a hoax, this thing could stir things up in a big way. Maybe I shouldn't be getting involved. This is the sort of thing that gets people killed.
Don't die, Tex. Ugh, let's get out of here. Faster than that, Tex. Oof. Where to go? Where to go? What to do? I don't know. How about you? There are certain points in all these games where I just forget what to do next. Well. Ask about the Black Arrow killer, I guess. I think. Yeah. Yeah.
Wife, you just missed Chelsea.
Oh.
She stopped in to say goodbye. She's apparently off to Arizona. Is everything okay with you two?
At the moment, couldn't be better, Louis. Couldn't be better.
Well, let's see. Chelsea came by my office and redefined the word frustration for me. Now she's off to Phoenix. Yeah, I'd say things are going pretty well.
That's kind of what I figured. She looked happier than I've seen her in quite a while.
Well, she should. She's got a leash on most of my vital organs. That always seems to make women really happy.
Yeah, come to think of it, I've never seen it make a woman unhappy. But Chelsea ain't like most women.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right, Louis. Chelsea's a real peach. A ripe, luscious peach, dangling on a branch just barely out of reach. It's driving me crazy.
Well, I don't want to tell you what to do. But if I was you, I'd wait for Chelsea to get back. And that's all I'm gonna say.
Tell me, Louis, why is it that we just let women drag us around like this?
You know what it is, Mike? Chemicals. Up in your brain. We got these chemicals going bananas.
Ooh. Catudabalonia.
Yeah, when the old dorsal amygdala gets fired up, look out for trouble.
My point is, falling in love don't mean a lot. What's hard is knowing someone real well and still liking them. But that ain't even the hardest thing. The hardest thing is finding someone you can trust. Remember that. Now, I'll get off my soapbox. What can I do for you?
Just as long as you don't stop being so wonderful.
I remember reading about the Black Arrow killer. Someone was covering the story in the Bay City Mirror.
Oh?
You want to find copies of the Black Arrow killer articles?
Sure.
I throw out all my old papers, but Rook sometimes holds on to his. Keeps them in the alley back of the pawn shop.
Are you sure that counts as holding on to them? Putting them out in the alley where the trash is?
Sorry, Mike. I can't help you there. I've heard talk that a stranger's been seen around the neighborhood for a while now. Of course, a lot of people come and go around here.
Yeah.
I don't know anything else about her.
Ah, alright.
Louis uses a rain gutter just like this one whenever he brews a pot of his special Armageddon blend. I used to play basketball 2 or 3 times a day when I was younger. Now, after I watch Jeopardy, I need a nap.
Rest in peace, Alex Trebek.
The garbage can to person ratio is pretty high in this part of the country. I think it's about 4 to 1. Man, seems like I have to go through Rook's garbage at some point in every case I take. What a dirty, rotten job. Wow, here's an old issue of the Bay City Mirror.